with the Ron and Fez Show. Reminding you can hear the 1-hour version of the Ron and Fez Show at 11 a.m. on 106.7 WJFK, right after Howard Stern.
So we're doing that every day, then?
Yeah, every day that happens now.
Spy report.
Uh-oh, Fezzy.
Spy report.
This is in from Michael. Joe Piscopo brings out KC and the Sunshine Band at the basketball game. These halftime shows with the rock thing or pop things just do not get it from me. And you can tell that it's not getting over with the fans, and then that makes me feel uncomfortable for them. The whole Joel thing was so uncomfortable.
Oh, definitely. And now Joe Piscopo with KC and the Sunshine Band. All right, this is the NBA Finals.
Right.
And I understand Joe Piscopo, Mr. Jersey. All right, but
if it was what year?
Are you from Jersey?
Yes, that's 1983 stuff.
Why is he showing up at halftime with KC and the Sunshine Band? They should be able to do a little bit better. No offense, Joe Piscopo.
Who would you like to see? Because I don't know if it works as a halftime show, bringing out the pop, even at the Super Bowl, when they bring out the really big bands. It's just not as good as a marching band.
Well, it's with those situations, it's really forced. You know, they're running around a stage, and the pyrotechnics are going off in the Super Bowl. I don't know. It's just, the fans, it's just another chance for the acts to get laughed at. You know, Bon Jovi always does the opening of Monday Night Football. And you can actually hear people booing him on TV.
In Jersey is where he did it last year. So, and then he came back for the Super Bowl, and everybody walked out because it was after the game.
Oh, that's right. Nobody stayed.
Nobody stayed. Everybody left. They were already at the Super Bowl for 10 hours.
Yeah, Bon Jovi, you're not going to be able to top a Super Bowl.
I know that comes as a shocker to you. But I don't know if the whole pop and rock thing works as an athletic halftime show. I just don't think it does. Have you ever saw one that you really liked?
I'm trying to think. Probably not.
Because even U2 didn't look good to me when they came out and played.
Yeah.
And then the Michael Jackson thing, and then Aerosmith I thought was embarrassing with Britney and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, that was very humiliating.
I don't know if it works.
Well, it obviously doesn't. And Joe Piscopo and the KC and the Sunshine Band aren't going in the right direction of trying to make it work.
I'd rather see KC than Aerosmith with Britney. I got news for you. I would feel more comfortable.
Running around the court acting like it's a stage. What's really bad is when they try to get the crowd into it, and they'll say, "Let me hear you," or something like that, and nobody yells back, and everyone's just, really trying to take a bathroom break or maybe get another beer.
Hey, Fez, you know how you were bringing up Beckham?
Oh,
David Beckham?
David Beckham.
I don't understand how soccer works, but apparently when they trade, we trade here in the States, it's player for a player. Or player for two players. They have offered between Barcelona, which I guess is Spain, right?
Yeah.
His team, $48 million for David Beckham.
Wow.
$48 million.
To the Manchester United, to David Beckham's team.
Man, you. So,
that's where I graduated.
I guess Beckham was able to say, no, I veto this. I guess he had that in his contract. But that was, I don't know how, is all England one thing, or is it always international, the way they play?
It must be some European league. If Barcelona's able to deal for Beckham.
But I wonder if they deal in and out of different leagues. I don't know how it works.
No, I don't know. I have no idea how soccer works, especially now that a player's worth $48 billion, or $1 million.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea how that would work. I mean, that sounds like a U.S. government loan to Spain.
Is this guy $48 million good?
I don't think so. I don't think anyone is. All right, so now the John Gruden from Oakland to Tampa Bay trade doesn't seem so ridiculous. Doesn't seem so pricey.
Yeah. Yeah, that is, that's crazy. That's $48 million.
$48 million and a player to be named later.
But they say no one can bend it like Beckham.
I don't know what that means.
I think it's the way the ball bends like curves. I think that's what they mean. Like, can he somehow kick it in from a corner kick? Is that his gimmick?
Oh, maybe he's got a curve kick or something.
Curve kick. I didn't, you're tired. I know you when you get tired.
Oh, I'm beat, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie, so I don't know how it works.
I thought maybe Bend It Like Beckham might be the way he does like a bicycle kick. If he's
Do they still even do that, or just Pele?
I think they still do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see enough soccer to know. But I'd like to know how that league works.
I don't see enough soccer movies starring Indian girls.
Best soccer movie ever is when Sly Stallone was playing the goalie. And was it called Victory, I think?
It was Victory, yep.
Where he just taught himself goalie. And they beat the all-Nazi team.
Was that Pele's only film? Because I thought he was supposed to be Breakthrough there.
Did he actually have a part, or was he just Pele?
No, I think he actually had a part.
Yeah.
I think he was one of the prisoners of war.
Yeah. All right, Larry's going to help us out here, Fezzy. Larry, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Over there in Europe, they have what's known as the Union of European Football Associations, called UEFA, which is basically an umbrella organization for the professional leagues of every common league or common market country.
So they play kind of international soccer all the time?
Once a year, they have a championship of the top two teams from each national association called the UEFA Cup. Over here, I think you might hear it referred to as the Champions Cup or the European Champions Cup.
All right, let me ask you this. Like Manchester United won last year, right?
Yeah.
And so that means they won all of Europe, not just all of England.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, did they have to win all of England to go to this other thing?
I guess if they took the UEFA Cup, I don't follow soccer anymore, but when Uncle Sam had me working over there when I was in the Army, I did follow it. So I don't know who won the European Championship last year, but it's an annual event.
Right. Does their soccer run at the same time as our football?
It runs, there's two halves of the season. It starts in the middle of September through almost Christmas, and then like the third week in January through, I guess, this time of year, and this is when the actual UEFA Cup Championship starts.
And they play once a week like we play football?
On Saturdays.
All right, that's nice. That's something to look forward to.
You know,
we got football.
The Champions Cup, of course, is a huge event over there, and kind of boring until you get used to soccer, and then it's soccer.
But $48 million for one player. They got that kind of money, huh?
Oh, the clubs are huge, and of course, that's the professional league. And over there, they've got a minor league tier system, sort of like we've got in baseball, where the players will start literally at the a small town level working in the B League, and then gradually work their way up. But championships or the championship teams have huge amounts of money associated with them.
I guess so. $48 million to spend on one guy.
You know, Manchester United, they said, is the most expensive professional team anywhere in the world. That if you were to sell it, you get close to $1 billion. So they're worth more than the Cowboys or the Yankees or, I guess, the Lakers, whatever we have that would go for the most money.
If someone tried to sell it, the Manchester United fans would kill them. They wouldn't have a chance to spend their money.
Well, you would sell it to another owner, and then that owner would serve those people.
But they'd never sneak out of town like the Colts.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
But those teams, they're owned by associations. It's all like a giant club, and they have a
like the Packers
that's composed of the super rabid fans.
Yeah.
And it's a completely different system than we're used to over here.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a little more fun that the fans can be involved in running the team. That's kind of exciting.
They, of course, can also fight and kill for their teams.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they'll do that. Well, now they're stockholders.
Well, it always amazed me that the kind of situation that we have in this country where you will never see a city go, you know what, we'll buy the football team ourselves. If you're going to pay all that money for a stadium, why don't they just try and buy one of these teams?
They could certainly use the money, and it would be the situation where the inhabitants of the city could get preferential treatment in the form of reduced seating.
Yeah.
And
or at least make sure you get your own tickets.
If you could get past the socialist aspects of it, it'd probably be a much better environment than the the owners.
Then after that, we also turn around and we take care of everybody with the best medicine. We have a health care plan. And that's it. That's the only socialization we do.
If it works with football teams, then maybe we'll look into health care. How does it work in Green Bay? Doesn't the town own that team?
Well, they don't. It's more of like an association. It's not the city itself.
Okay, so it's just a larger group of individuals instead of one owner.
Yeah, it's pretty much, and I don't know how it all works out, but it's pretty much the same people and the same families, and they're all small since the beginning of that team. All right, thank you very much, Larry.
Thank you all.
All right, say it.
Larry, you're very informative. Thank you.
Well, Greg says he's not because he's wrong.
Larry, you liar.
Greg, you're on the Fez.
No, I'm a big fan. Thanks for taking my call. No, he was Wellington, but doesn't seem to have a clue what he's talking about.
All right, tell us how it works, Greg, because now I was just knocked on my ass thinking that Beckham was worth $48 million just to buy him.
He absolutely is.
He's that good.
He is. No, he is
Every time
not.
I see him, he's got a cast on. Like he gets hurt constantly.
He is a pretty boy. He is the glamour boy.
Right, he's married to Posh.
He will put butts in the seat, and he is a very good player, but he is not one of the top 10 players in the world.
All right, that's amazing to me.
So what would they go for? $100 million?
The rumors, the market has dropped out the last 5 years, but about 5 years ago, there were rumors that a guy went for more than $100 million to an Italian team. And apparently the teams were lying about how much they paid for him in order to evade taxes.
I remember like Milan paying a lot of money.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works out.
Not Manchester. AC Milan won the Champions League just last week, and they're coming to D.C. at the end of the month.
Oh, is that right? We got to go, Fezzi.
That sounds like fun.
They and Barcelona are playing.
What are the ticket prices, though? If the players are getting paid this.
They start at $35 for this game and go up to $125.
Now, here's the weird thing. All right, so it's that kind of money being thrown around, Fez, but they do not have commercial breaks during the game.
So where's the money coming from?
Well, partly the players wear commercials on their shirts.
Yeah.
Which makes a good bit of money.
Mm-hmm. But they do not break for commercials the way we do.
So it's kind of like NASCAR that way.
They also manage to sneak commercials in the bottom of the screen, the side of the screen, on the field, of course.
On the field and everything, it's all set up. But they do not break the game once the game starts. Which, when you think about it, is still kind of putting the game first. Unlike us, who we literally now have TV timeouts for a football game, and that drives me nuts.
That's insane. That's any sport. The end of a basketball game, forget it. It takes a half hour to get to the last 30 seconds.
But, the difference between that is they don't stop just for commercials the way TV will. TV, if there hasn't been a break, the ref will come out and say, timeout, and now we go to commercial.
And if you're ever sitting at a game, well, even if you're sitting at home watching the commercials, that takes forever. Well, and you don't understand why everyone's standing around.
If you say, like this, too, like a lot of times you go, what just happened? What happened?
Right.
And people have to go, TV break. And you feel like an idiot sitting there. You're missing the commercial.
You're waiting for the guy with the red cap to walk back off the field.
All right, Greg, somebody is telling us that you're wrong. So you want to hold on for this?
Is it Larry calling back?
No, it might be Larry under a different name. Here's Patrick. Patrick, you're on Fez.
Yeah, fellas. David Beckham is definitely not a top. He's definitely a top 5 player. He's not a top 10.
Based on what, Patrick?
Based on the fact that he plays for one of the best teams, he's won a bunch of championships, and he's a marquee player for his international team, England.
Yeah.
So he's not a top 10, so that guy's wrong. And also, when they're talking about bend it like Beckham, that means the way he curves the ball, like Fezzi was saying.
I think Ronnie was saying that.
I know, but then he yelled it out louder, so he just gets it.
Yeah.
All right, so you're not really disagreeing with that much about the way he talked about it, though. I didn't know that the season was so long, though.
He's definitely worth $48 million because he's, very marketable.
All right, so, I understand he's like a spokesmodel for soccer. Now, does he have, all kinds of soccer records and stuff?
No, he doesn't have a bunch of records. No, he's not one of the greats yet, but he's right now in the current game, he's one of the best players.
He's just huge in the popularity area.
Yeah, he's just huge, as a player and in the popularity area, because he has a bunch of commercials, endorsements, and he's always changing his haircuts. He's like a star in England.
Yeah, right.
Bigger than... They said he was the biggest thing since Princess Diana.
He does the Rodman thing where his hair looks different every time you see him.
Okay, like sometimes he'll cornroll. I've seen that.
Did you see Rodman is going to be on whatever the next Celebrity Survivor thing is?
Really?
He's going to be surviving?
Is that the Celebrity Get Me Out of Here deal?
No, I think that one's already over.
I think I'll try that again.
Yeah, I think they gave that a shot, and ABC just quits. They have quit trying to make shows for people.
That's the next reality show. TV execs that just quit.
All right, who do you guys have winning the next championships thing for soccer? Patrick, who do you think?
Soccer championship?
Yeah.
Radio Psychic.
Yeah.
Probably France. I don't know.
That would stick it to us.
What team in the professional league? Well, France won 8 years ago or something, right? 6 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this year in the Champions League, the European Cup thing, that was AC Milan, team from Italy.
I thought they were from Atlantic City when I heard the AC part.
Nah, but next year, I don't. There's too many good teams. Probably Real Madrid or something. They have the best players. They have Ronaldo, Zidane.
I love Ronaldo. Except for his gap in his teeth, but I love to see him play. Greg, what about you? Who are you picking?
Are you talking about the Champions League?
Yeah, Champions League.
Real Madrid's a good bet, but I'll go with Manchester.
Manchester, repeat.
Manchester?
Repeat, Fezzi.
Manchester's not the richest team anymore. Real Madrid overtook them.
Who is?
Real Madrid.
Oh, Rome Madrid. Okay.
Real Madrid, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Number one. Manchester's second richest club.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
I'm going with Glasgow.
Where are you guys going? That's in the B League. All right, thank you very much. Because remember when Elton won a team, you actually have to, let's suppose our system was set up this way, right? You would take the teams that finished at the lowest in the NFL. They drop out of the NFL and are put in the other league. And then those two teams would move up. So Cincinnati or whatever, you don't get to hang around at the bottom.
Oh, I kind of like that.
You've got to win that kind of B League to move up to be in the NFL. And that makes some games that really matter. But the thing is, we talk about socialized. It's a monopoly right now, and the owners would never do that to each other. These owners know exactly everything that they're doing. I mean, it always kind of frustrates me that on T-shirts, you take a Raiders or Tampa this year, or the Cowboys, who always do big merchandising, they get the exact same money that the Bengals do.
Now, that I didn't know.
You better learn it, my friend. That's monopolizing.
It's monopolizing. It's all the parity in the league. Yeah. I would love to see it if, like, Cincinnati, Charlotte, Carolina, and Houston all had to drop out of the league until they could compete. They would get a chance to work their way back up again, right?
Well, what you do, you have to win that B League. And then you take the top couple teams there, and they move up. But you won't have it in this country because the same guys who act like they hate unions have basically formed this union of rich guys.
Yeah, and they will always watch each other's back. It doesn't matter what.
Is this why you were leaving the Republican Party, Fez?
I don't know.
Is this one of the things that frustrates you?
No, this I'm just finding out about.
I'm just trying to wake you up to everything.
You're a very good teacher.
Here's my radio psychic this year.
Radio Psychic.
For the Super Bowl,
yes,
look at the Lions over the 49ers.
Ooh, now you got Mariucci against his old team? Steve Mariucci?
Wow, is that kid high? Is that kid high?
You know, you guys are going to feel like such idiots when it happens.
I will. I will feel like an absolute moron when I watch that.
We decided that the AFC is not competitive enough this year. We're taking the two top NFC teams to the Super Bowl, Detroit and San Francisco.
Fezzi, you're still wearing your Tampa Bay Bucs stuff every day.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers shirt. J-Dubs, I do this. I've worn a Tampa Bay Buccaneers shirt every day since January 10th. That was the Friday before the Niners playoff game in Tampa Bay.
No, he did not become a Tampa fan till this year.
Oh, I did not. I was born and raised. My family's had season tickets since the team came into the league.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were one of those bandwagon guys.
No, since 76.
You and Craig Schwab hopped on at the same time. You finally jumped off the St. Louis Rams bandwagon.
Craig Schwab will just pick. He waits to cheer for a team after the Super Bowl's over.
He waits fourth quarter, then he decides who his favorite team is that season.
And then he decides, I think I'll go with Tampa Bay.
It must have been terrible growing up a Lions fan, though, huh?
No, it was great.
Awful, huh?
You know, me and Rory,
Jeez.
Oh, Rory.
You're the new
not
Rory.
that Rory.
You're the new Rory.
He is not.
Why can't he be?
He can't be the new Rory.
I think he is.
Rory wouldn't cheer for the Lions.
What Rory are you talking about?
Rory, their mascot.
Oh, God.
Like R-O-A-R-Y.
Yes.
That's the same way. That's the same way our Rory spells his name.
It's not. So, what about the mascot?
I've always, that's what got me into it as a kid. I loved Rory the mascot.
Why?
I don't know. I was a big mascot guy. I
can't be part of a dome team.
I always wanted to be a mascot when I was a kid. I didn't want to be the.
Don't be one.
All right.
I'm sure someone could arrange to put you in some sort of suit around here.
I'm kind of El Jefe's mascot, aren't I?
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah, but you ought to come in a big tiger suit or something.
Maybe you could be
the sombrero or something.
Maybe you could be the WJFK high kid, and you just come in high every day. Hey, some radio stations have a mascot like that. You want me to talk to Cameron? And we'll set it up, and you can go out and do gigs?
We could get like a bald eagle for WJFK. A big eagle suit. And you could be J-Dubs the eagle.
Why don't you be J-Dubs the Klansman? And we'll just send you out different things. The radio Klansman. You're wearing a pointy hat.
Damn clothes.
You want to do something like
that?
Whatever happens, happens.
We don't have a lot of budget for a costume, so Klansman seems easiest right now. Just take the sheets you stole from El Jefe's place.
There's, no such thing as bad publicity. Alan was telling me that today. Why don't you go out as a WJFK kid toucher? And you're just showing up at different...
those?
Yes. We started. That'll be the mascot. You just show up at different places and you're touching kids in the mall.
What about the WJFK dyslexic kid? And you show up and you say, "Hi, I'm J-Dubs from KFJW."
That could be it. You really want to be a mascot? We'll go out and get you the thing.
All right.
Why don't you go for like that leprechaun that Notre Dame uses, and you got your hands up, and then every time you hear a break that you like on the stage, start doing push-ups. This is for the sports fans.
Or how about the leper?
Yeah, where you're all scabby and not your fingers because you need them, but you just pull off a nail and kids, all kids listen to WJFK. Whatever you want to do.
Pick the scab and find out what the prize is underneath.
Yeah.
That's how I got my girlfriend, actually.
God, that's so gross. That's so gross.
How about the WJFK tranny? Just out there, women's clothes.
I'll be the WJFK bottom.
Yeah, sure. You're just the bottom. You're crawling. Bang if you need them.
At the bottom of your dial?
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't work.
Why not?
Where's the top?
The bottom of the ratings. Yeah, let's cut. Well, obviously, what you want to do when you pitch an idea is have as many as you possibly can. We'll hit Cameron with a bunch of them tomorrow.
Yeah, WJFK adult baby.
Maybe we'll just do one a day and see which one works out.
Right.
Gets the biggest.
And if you want, to make it a childhood dream, just be WJFK Rory, and you're just out there in your big Lions costume. You show up at the Redskins games.
You can fight with other mascots.
You're wearing the blue and silver. I think it would be a lot of fun.
Do you think you could drive the station truck with the cat suit on?
Sure.
No problem.
All right, I think this could work.
So far, I like the WJFK bottom, but that's me. That's just something I think is fun.
What would I do on remotes?
You just lay on you and bite a pillow. You're biting a pillow and letting the listeners enjoy their time with you.
Got me, the WJFK pillow biter. Get me out of the Barnes & Noble.
And remember, he's always on bottom, so get out early. Stay late.
What about like the WJFK spastic colon?
How does that
for
work?
the kids. You're just out there shaking, I guess.
How does that even work? I don't even understand a spastic colon.
I think your colon gets nervous. It gets the shakes. And then you just can't control what's going on there.
And it just opens and closes real fast?
Yeah. And I'm just totally guessing on that.
Yeah, then don't. I don't know why you make things up. You'll never make
Doesn't it sound right, though?
Yeah, but, it's one of those things that's come up. Like, you'll hear that phrase, but no one ever says and tells you exactly what it means. And I'm tired of hiding behind it. I'm tired of spastic colon, that's bad. I actually want to know now.
Maybe it's good. Maybe.
No.
Yeah, maybe it is a good thing. We don't know what it is.
Maybe it's good for the top. The top's going, whoa, this is amazing.
Like putting a quarter in. Vibrate in bed.
I would only be with really nervous bottoms if I was into that.
Squeeze.
But seriously, when you hear this whole thing, El Jefe, we got to come up with an idea for him.
No, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Doesn't do much around here right now, so we'll send them out.
You know, the San Diego Chicken started as a radio mascot. And then that guy gets so big, he went, I'm not working at this station anymore. And went out and took the act on his own. And the station tried to fire him, and then come back with another kid just like, hey, everybody, it's me, the chicken. And people in San Diego just threw bottles. He was just waving instead of being funny. That could be you. Yeah. You're the second guy.
Which one?
Yeah, the guy that nobody likes.
The second guy, the guy who gets hit with bottles. The WJFK guy who gets hit with bottles.
Why don't we call you the chicken? We just go with that. Let's just steal it.
The bottom chicken?
Yeah. No, you know, I guess they've never really had anything like that here at the station.
No, not that I can think of. I don't think they've ever put anyone in costume.
Well, they've got those spokesmodels. I think Debs would be the perfect complement to that.
Oh, yeah. We still have the spokesmodels?
They have the pictures everywhere.
Yeah, they came in once, and they're like, oh, you're going to see a lot of us.
Yeah. We still have the spokesmodels.
Yeah.
We definitely do. I hear they're mentioned in the spots sometimes.
The spokesmodels, the kid toucher.
Yeah.
Out with Budweiser.
You know what I like to do with J-Dubs is what if you're the WJFK Jones and Junkie, and you're just out there, you need a fix, you're shaking, and then the people are like, oh, look at him. That junkie's jonesing. We got to put on this. What is it again? 102.6.7? That sounds great.
Yeah, it's WJFK.
Yeah.
You're the guy with the Jones and Junkie.
Yeah.
I've heard of them.
No more junkies here.
Oh. Always looking over your shoulder, are you, brother?
Oh, no.
Always going, hey. Hey. I hope they don't. All right, we got to take a break, Fizzy.
Yes, we do. 866-277-4969, 202-432-1067. That's the WJFK local lines. We're running Fez on WJFK, home of the Jones and Junkie.